physical well-being area, that area and aspect are like the things that make up us physically and those physical elements of our business, and the interaction with the other nine life frameworks. Boy, I'm tongue-tied today. I need coffee. It really looks like a spider web. And that's why I have the spider web board. I drew this, and I share this every month when we talk about the interaction between any one of the life framework areas and all of the others, because they are so interconnected. I shared this with a coaching student once, and I saved it because it really clearly depicts the relationship between the different areas, right? Each area, no matter which one you pick, is absolutely positively connected to each of the different areas. And I came up with a cool exercise today. At least I think it's cool and it's going to be fun. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the physical area and aspect, the physical health and well-being of our organization. And if it's negative, the interaction between it and another area, we're going to come up with one word to describe that, so that it can be like a trigger word for us. So when we think that word in our mind, we're like, oh my gosh, I need to flip that around, flip the switch, and think about the positive aspects of this. So, for example, if we are thinking about our thoughts and beliefs, which are mental area and aspect of the life framework, and a negative word that describes the relationship between that and the physical fitness or wellness or health of our organization, what's one word we could use to describe that? And then what about the positive side of that? If we're thinking about the positive relationship between our thoughts and beliefs and the physical aspects of our business, what's one word that we could use to describe that? So for each of the 9 life framework areas, and I'll show you my notebook what I do. I usually just write whatever area we're focused on in one column, and then in another column, but we're going to have 2 columns today, a positive and a negative. And then each of the different life framework areas. Let me show you quick. In my little handy dandy book, this is what I actually do. I write physical and then all of the different areas. And I've got positive and negative because I'm going to come up with a positive word to describe the relationship between the two and a negative word to describe the relationship between the two. Why am I going to do that? Because if I catch myself thinking negatively about physical areas and aspects of the business, guess what? I'm going to create more negative in that. If I catch myself doing that, I'm going to flip that around to the positive word that I come up with that has to do with my thoughts and beliefs. So, for example, if I haven't done this yet, so I'm going to just pull this off the top of my head. If I'm thinking about physical, or we're looking at the relationship between physical and mental. If I have negative thoughts about any physical area or aspects of my business, maybe we've got a big pothole in the parking lot that people keep driving into and wrecking their cars or wrecking their tires. And if I keep thinking negatively about that, I'm going to get more of that. More people are going to wreck their cars. So maybe pothole is the negative word that I want right now to describe the problem area or the negative in the physical to mental relationship. And then maybe the positive one is between physical and mental is possibility or infinite possibility. It's 2 words, right? Possibility or problem solver or solution. Solution's a good one, right? Solution focus, which again is 2 words, but solution and pothole and solution, because it means something to me. And that's the purpose of this, is pick 2 words that mean something to you, and that will, especially with the negative ones, cause you to immediately flip it over to looking at the positive side of it. I hope I'm explaining this well, because I think it's going to be a fun, creative exercise that we can do as we go about our day, and we notice different things. Like mental to me, physical and mental are the 2 right in a row that I memorized these life framework areas as decades ago. And so to me, they're just the ones I do first. And also, our thoughts and our beliefs about anything have a huge impact on the things that we create in our life, the physical manifestations of what shows up in our business and in our life. So we want to make sure that we are using tools and thinking in a way that will enhance the physical health and well-being of our organization. All right, I'm excited about this exercise today. I don't know about you, but I think it's going to be fun. Share an aha or something, or just say done in the comments below after you've done it. If you have any questions about it, you know what to do. Just hit me up and ask. Like I said, sometimes I come up with these exercises right before I hop on camera and start talking. And so I don't have it all figured out, but I figure it out as I actually do it, and I encourage you to do the same. But I think if we had just a little note card like this with physical and then each of the different areas and 2 words, I think that's something we can just have on our desk, and we look at it and we're like, okay, I just had, let's pick a different one. Think about financial or contribution. If we think our facility isn't good enough, are we going to hold an event at it for a cause that our business cares about? Probably not. So maybe there's a positive and negative word around that, so that we want the positive word to put us in the direction that we want, and we want the negative word to cause us to take immediate action to flip to the positive word, right? So that we can use this as a tool to immediately get us different results, get us different focus, and get us different results, because what we focus on is what we create in our business and in our life. All right, that's it. Have an amazing day. Again, I'm here if you need anything. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Make it a great day.